is Action Sports Jags, Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.
Those are opportunities that we missed. And when you're playing teams like the Chiefs, you can't miss those opportunities.
Jaguars missed opportunities. I mean, it's really been the story of the year. They've played good football. They've played sometimes inconsistent, but they should have a lot more wins. The opportunities have been there, Dan. They just haven't been able to reel them in at times.
Yeah, tough one in Kansas City. It makes you more frustrated about some of the earlier losses. Kansas City's the elite of the NFL. You wanted to get a test of how you stacked up against the Chiefs, and the Jaguars got that yesterday. They had chances. Everybody knows it. In the end, though, they came up 10 points short. We're going to talk about it tonight with our guy, Andre Cisco. Came to play yesterday.
Big ovation because that was a heck of a football game for number 5 yesterday.
Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to be here, regardless, win or lose.
Yeah, I know you didn't come out on the winning side, but was that, I mean, it looks like your best game, maybe in a Jags uniform. Looks like you're playing good football right now. Are the looks real? Is that reality?
Yeah, I mean, I've been focused on getting better every week. It's just complex position I play, complex game in a hard league. So just focusing on getting better every weekend.
That's the 1%, Dan. See, 1% better all the time.
It was the cold weather. It was football weather for you.
Right.
You were out there and said, I like this. I'm home.
Hey, by the way, no push-ups today.
No push-ups.
No, because he got this.
Yeah.
That was a good night. Take us through the interception.
Yeah, so scramble drill, we was in the zone, and we've just been working on plastering all week. So what that means is just hang on your man, and I was able to just hang on mine and make a play.
That's a big close right there, too. I mean, that's got to feel good to pick off Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, no, it's a big accomplishment.
Do you do anything with the football? Do you keep those footballs? What do you do?
Yeah, I just bring them home, put them in the corner of my room, and see what I do with them at the end of the year. So
that one's you want to keep.
Yeah,
you just
keep
picked off a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, tell the grandkids about that someday.
Yeah, that was exciting news. Listen. The one area we struggled on defense yesterday, the pass rush, man, we couldn't get home. It's hard to do against Mahomes. I get it, man. I mean, he's back there. He's looking around. His eyes are going every which way. And, you know, if you get close, he'll just scoot. And how do you even account for that when you're trying to stay on your guy all that time? It was a great challenge, but talk about that. That makes things tough for the defensive backfield if we're not getting home on the rush.
Yeah, you got to affect the quarterback to, affect the game. So, I think we did that in some ways, but not enough, like you said, in the sack game and things like that to make that happen. So it kind of coverage and pass rush got to work together on that.
All right, so the big story in Kansas City, you were actually public enemy number 1 in Kansas City. You heard that fan base after this big hit on Juju Smith-Schuster. Take us through it because they picked up the flag, and I think they should have picked up the flag.
I mean, like you said, it's a 100-mile-per-hour play. I wasn't thinking too much about it, and even when it happened, I didn't realize he was hurt until like a whole minute after. So it was happening fast, and like you said, public enemy number 1 right now.
Are you coached you turned your body perfectly, it seemed. Now, sometimes you can't account for what they're going to do if they lower their helmet or et cetera. Are you coached that way? Is that a part of it now because of the way the NFL is governed in terms of those hits?
Yeah, I've always been that way, though. I've never been a type of person to leave with my head and do those type of things. I understand how to hit with my shoulder the right way. So that's what I was trying to do there.
Well, and then you got another one coming up, another big blow. I mean, listen, you're a safety. We don't see this in the NFL anymore, big hits. What about this one? That was clean.
Yeah, same type of thing, just reading the quarterback, playing in the post, and I wasn't able to get to the ball, so I had to go through the body.
By the way, Dan, that was a huge play in the game. There was holding on the play that negated the pass breakup.
Right.
They would go down and score. They were off the field on the big hit by Andre, but then those are the kind of things. But that happens in the course of a game, too. You can't get every play.
Hit aside, which was terrific. It was also, and what I liked about it, and again, not an expert, but it seemed like it was a great read by you. It seemed like you knew where he was going. You anticipated, because I think he thought he had you, and he didn't. And you went over there and were able to break up the pass.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, you get a tendency during the week of where he likes throwing the ball. So, I was just doing my best to just hang in the middle and not, weave too much and get out of position because that's what he wants you to do.
Hey, here's the deal. The Jags lose the game 27-17, but they actually accomplished some of the things in the game plan.
It's time for the game plan, sponsored by TIAA Bank.
If you're going to go on the road and pull the upset, right, you need to get turnovers, Dan, and they were able to do that. The fumble, interception. I actually count the onside kick as like a turnover.
It is a turnover.
And they only get 7 points out of it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And you've heard Doug. Everybody says it. We all could say it in here. You don't need us talking about it.
Right.
I mean, it's just obvious. Like, you've got to score more than that.
When something like that happens, all right, we get the onside kick, right? You guys are juiced up, right? Everybody on the sidelines fired up. Offense running out on the field. You get a first down or two. You're getting the ball down there. And then you come away with no points. A little deflating or no?
A little bit. Yeah. I mean, you always, whenever they don't score, it's a little bit deflating when we got to throw the punt unit on there. But not to the point of, like, discouragement. I think it's just like something went well for us, something didn't go well for us, and our defense can respond.
It's not all the time that you look at the quarterback on the other sideline and you're like, that guy is going to the Hall of Fame when he's this young. That guy is one of the greats. And Patrick Mahomes is already there. He's only been playing for 6 years in the NFL. I mean, how good was he in person? You watched the tape. You watched him on TV. How good is he?
He does everything well at the quarterback position. You talk about getting out the pocket, making all the throws, and getting everybody involved, too. Spreads the ball around really well. So it's hard to defend.
How do you, as a defense, with a guy who throws it as good as anybody in the NFL, account for the run factor from him? I mean, it's next to impossible. I mean, are you trying to keep him in the pocket and just get him off his point? Or are you trying to get – I mean, how do you guys attack that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't really done it. I've seen it done perfectly yet against him. It seems like schematically you could draw something up, but they'll have an answer for it in some sort of way. So you just got to do your best to keep the pass rush, keep him in the pocket.
That might be the line of the night. I haven't seen it done perfectly yet against them. I mean, it's really, really hard. Meanwhile, your guy is starting to play well, and if you look down the road, you got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, and I'm not saying Trevor's as talented as Patrick Mahomes, but the continuity, the in-sync nature of their offense, the coach and the quarterback, oh, man, if it looks like this in 2-3 years, we continue to take steps, your offense is going to help you a lot down the road. You feel that? Do you see in the steps from Trevor and getting the offense that Doug's putting out there? Does he look more comfortable to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I always feel like I see improvement from our offense each week. Sometimes the outcome doesn't look perfect, but you see plays throughout the game where they're doing the right thing and just keep it going. So, and I mean, they're led by Trevor, so I think he's looking really good.
I think Andre comes with a fair question tonight. He's not going to ask us because he's too nice of a young man to do so. But as we're about to unveil the power play of the week, Andre has to be wondering, how in the blazes am I not the power play of the week, Brent? Huh?
Hey, that's because I made him the lead of the show.
Inside the business.
You can't repeat it. Here we go.
Power Play of the Week, sponsored by IBEW Local 177, powering Jacksonville since 1912.
By the way, it would be a very fair question, but I like this one as the power play of the week. You guys prevented points here. This was a huge stop. Rayshon's playing good football, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is a huge stop. I was geeked to see this. It's just exciting. First drive of the game to get a turnover, and like you said, the second turnover of the game, really, with the onside kick. So, we had things going for us early on.
Yeah, you're stealing possessions there, and that's what's important. And you and Rayshon are developing a chemistry back there. It takes time, man. You're a young guy. You're a young player. First full year as a starter. So your comfort level now versus where it was, say, at the beginning of the year. Where are you?
I think a lot further than I was. Just understanding what type of gamer I want to be like, and just throughout the game and finishing these games is really difficult. You want to really stay in it, don't get too high or too low. So that's a challenge in itself. So just working on that, and it's really a mentality thing mostly.
Yeah, year 2 for Andre Cisco, but did not play a bunch last year. So these games are being valuable experience, and 7 more to go. We got a high school football game, Monday Night Football. About the Mandarin Mustangs playing one of the best teams in the state tonight. Now, Seminole. We'll keep an eye on this one. Have highlights for you later tonight on Fox 30 and CBS 47. Andre's still mad at me because I said he's going to get fined.
No,
maybe I'm wrong. Listen, I've been wrong a lot.
Listen, have you made a concerted effort to play more physical? Like, was that part of you thought process at all? Or, because those hits were big, and we haven't seen anybody hit like that in a while. I mean, was that part of your game plan going in, or does that just happen?
It's part of just getting more comfortable with the game, honestly.
Yeah.
In the NFL, just stepping up to the occasion and knowing who you play against and how to play against them the right way.
Dan will help pay because he feels bad for you.
All right, I'm going to give you a call.
I will.
All right.
It is Jags Report Live right here on Fox 30. Thanks for coming out. Hello. You're on TV. Brent Martineau along with Dan Hicken and Jaguars safety Andre Cisco. There is still a lot of belief what Christian Kirk said. I know you guys, we kind of say it every week, right? I mean, there's You feel like it's right there.
Yeah.
And do a couple more things right, and winning games won't be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL is about winning a division and doing things like that. So we got a lot of division games left to make something happen.
Yeah, got to go on a run, no doubt about it. Obviously sitting 3-7, but right now you can go on vacation if you want. I mean, you got one more day probably tomorrow, then a little break. Do you like the bye?
Yeah, I mean, it came at a good time, too.
10 games.
Yeah, middle of the season. So, I'm glad to get a quick rest.
Dan, you always say a bye comes at a good time, like a couple of days off.
I pretty much live on a bye week, so I'm not too. What do we got? What
would you do? What are you going to do? Surfing?
Oh, wow.
Some golfing?
Oh, look at you.
I'm not much of a golfer.
And we got some ideas. Eating?
That's it right there.
Yeah, that's it right there. What else we got? I don't even know. Sailing.
Oh. Any plans?
Just to chill with some family, rest a little bit.
Staying in town, or you get out?
Probably go up north a little bit, Atlanta or New York. I haven't decided yet. That's where my family's at.
Sunday, 1 o'clock. Are you? I'm watching, or I don't want to watch football.
I'm probably watching.
Yeah.
More than likely, yeah.
The good thing about this one, it's right around the holiday, Thanksgiving. You can do Thanksgiving early if you end up with some family. So that's pretty good.
Maybe Friendsgiving.
Yeah, there you go.
By the way,
very good.
Because you put me on the spot, just in case.
$1.
My guy.
I guess that's
My
$1.
guy.
That's good.
Get things started.
Only need about 14,999 more of those coming up over the next couple of days. Let's take a look at the injuries. So the good news, Jamal Agnew came back in.
He looked great, too. He looked like he's got his wheels back. He had some real nice
went out,
returns.
came back in.
Yeah.
Around the league, not good news. Look at all the ankle injuries, and T.J. Watt back at it for the Steelers, and they got the win. Let's bring in Action Sports Shaq's Olivia Tassley. She has more with this week's injury report.
This injury report is brought to you by Flagler Health, orthopedic specialists.
The reigning Defensive Player of the Year has returned. On Sunday, TJ Watt suited up for the first time since Week 1 when he left the game against the Bengals due to a torn pec. I spoke with our doctor over at Flagler Health Plus about the injury and how it can lead to surgery.
So the pec, there's two different heads of the pec. There's the sternal head and the clavicular head, and they come together and they form a tendon that inserts on the humerus bone, which is the big bone in your arm. It inserts outside of the biceps itself, and that's usually the most common spot for it to tear. You can have complete tears, which would usually require surgery. You can have partial tears, which may or may not, and then you can have tears that occur in the muscle itself, so not at the tendon junction there.
Watt was disruptive from the start, recording 2 defensive stops on the first series. By the end of the game, he recorded 4 tackles and a QB hit, plus helped his team limit the Saints to 186 total yards and get the win on his big return. For the Flagler Health Plus Injury Report, I'm Olivia Tassley, Action Sports Jax.
Oh, we got sunshine and rainbows. There we go. We put
Darn
Cisco
right.
on the board.
Yeah.
We got Trevor Lawrence on the board as well. I'll tell you, I think we're watching Trevor turn right in front of our eyes these last couple weeks after that subpar performance in London, and he's really been sharp. Good response.
Games over 100 rating back-to-back. He's only done that one other time in his career, and by the way, that was earlier this season.
Yeah.
So he's getting there, man.
I think he has 5 now altogether.
Yes.
On the season?
Yes.
The team record is 7.
Yeah.
Done by Brunell and Garrard.
Yeah.
How about that? Do I also put down there good weather in Jacksonville on Sunshine and Rainbows? Because it was freezing when we landed in Kansas City, man. It went from 82 to 28.
Yeah.
Like, I know you don't mind the cold, but still, it's good to be here in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, the sun was out, though, in Kansas City, so it didn't feel as bad as 28. I was able to warm up a little bit on the field, and throughout game time, I was cool.
Yeah, you're running around. You're good. By the way, I was up in the press box. I can't complain either. Now, Stuart Weber, he's got something to complain about. He was down on the field all bundled up. Listen, we know Doug Peterson's an aggressive guy. We saw it onside kick. I actually thought, Dan, we might see it more.
It's time for What Floored Us, sponsored by North Florida Epoxy Floors.
How about you, Dan? Did you think, like, they had 4th and short, down 14-0, like on their own 30-something? I'm talking it was inches.
Yeah.
Did you think he was going to go? Then midfield, they had like a 4th and 5. He
had
punted it away.
On the onside kick, he had a 4th and 9. That was a little long for me. I don't know. I mean, Andre, I think we got to push Mahomes back as far as we can. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, he can score from anywhere, obviously, but And I thought in this situation, I liked him being a little less aggressive. What did you think?
Which situation exactly?
You could pick any situation. Are you surprised that there were less of him going for it?
Oh, I think, it's a strategy. He probably goes into the game imagining, what he's going to do in certain situations, along with the analytics. I mean, I'm sure a lot goes into it.
Yeah.
There's only one bad play that Doug Peterson won't take out of the playbook that he needs to. Could you get this message to the coach for me? That Trevor sweep thing, that's got to go, man. Pitch it to ETN. I know you get an extra blocker, but I don't.
Wait. They did pitch it to ETN the one time in Indianapolis, and it didn't work.
I don't care. Get rid of the Trevor sweep thing. Trevor can RPO and take off. Trevor could scramble, but I don't want Trevor just on a run play where he gets the ball, tucks it under his arm, and runs.
Listen, you got a better chance of giving Andre another $10 for his fine than him getting that back to Doug.
Pass that on.
I don't got nothing to do with that.
Absolutely. All right, enjoy the bye week, man. Keep playing good football. Thanks for joining us. Andre will be back with us in December. Come back and visit Jags Report Live. Next week, scheduled to have Evan Ingram on the show on Monday night. Thanks for coming out, everybody, here at Sneakers in Jags Beach. Enjoy the week. Get ready for Thanksgiving. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jags Report Live. Coming to you live from Sneakers, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.